Hi, you guys. Good morning. Get your coffee. I've got mine. All right. I wanted to show you. Somebody sent me this, and I think it's important. These are a couple of patents for tracking patient-specific orthodontic materials. US 747 like the plane, 3097 RFID tracking of patient-specific orthodontic materials. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. I was forced to have orthodontic work when I was a child. My sister was also had it, but I had many other things that she didn't have, like my hair cut out, and many other things I used my body for, not knowing that those were not my real parents. They were monsters. All right, so here we go. We got US 201 and remember 201 is the pandemic number, also the number of Lasky Clinic. 26948 identification system and methods, RFID attached to dental structure by Brinsky 2011. All right. So this is why I think, root canals and all of that stuff are not great. At one point, I went and removed all of my amalgam, which was not easy to do. And I actually did it at USC Dental School, which was not a good idea either. There were some nightmares at the school that happened to me. Like I had a wisdom tooth that was impacted and somebody took it out, and I guess they slipped when they took it out. So I had this gash inside of my mouth for a while. And if anyone's ever had like a mouth sore, it was like, from an implement and a tool. Hope this isn't grossing you out. And I do believe going to dental schools, if you have a lot of work to get done, is a good option. However, it's USC, which is one of the dirtiest, most disgusting schools there is. They're hurting people, because they get the military contract. They know the parents are, filing fake bankruptcies against the person. They don't care as long as they get their ultimate goals, which is body parts. It's very gross. All right. So US patent 8067937B2EU, patent EP 2035818, A1, probe and system for electron spin resonance imaging, Israel Institute of Technology. Well, look, you guys, it's not just Israel. It's not just Israel. The thing with Israel, really, I have to say, is that all Israeli citizens have to go into the military at a young age, an underage age, like under 18, right? I think like they go in and forgive me if I'm wrong, like between 14 and 17, they go through military training. So what our government decided and figured out, or the Rothschilds or whoever figured this out, to bring them here to do things that our government found to be necessary, but also to be criminal. And then, as I found, they put it under people like my father or, Karen Tucker, claiming that they have done, criminal acts when they really haven't, but they're just hiding the act underneath a person that did not commit the crime. But if that person is a conservator of anyone, there's certain things they can do without proof. Like they don't have to have proof that you actually owed money. They just file things against you, I guess. So who knows? But these are things to show that when you go get dental care, it's very dangerous. And I was friends with one of my dentists, and he invited me over to do music. And, I'm sure that he's involved in all of this because it's weird. Now, yesterday I looked up a patent that was, it's DeBeers. And, I spent my day yesterday redoing all of my passwords, and I still have Trojans getting downloaded onto my system daily. So I'm about to just go through anyone who's ever sent me anything. I'm going to block all of you. I mean, it's not your fault. I don't know who sent it or how it's attached to my system, and I don't know how to fix it. So if you find that you try to send me something and you can no longer send me something, I will set up a different email. But for now, I don't really have another solution to getting Trojans downloaded. And let me tell you what I'm using to figure this out first, and then we'll go to the DeBeers patent. So I'm using Bitdefender, and I find that the Bitdefender virus scan is great. Hold on a second. There's things like, is Bitdefender a virus? It's a well-known antivirus malware company. And they say sandboxing in the App Store. The app has access only to the locations that user has explicitly granted access to. I have found Bitdefender to find all of the things that this program that I always used, it's Mac, I think it's called Malbytes or malware. And it was good, but it didn't find everything. Bitdefender has a, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this one says it's outdated, but the one that I use is not outdated. I recommend this program. This is how it looks. It gives you a scan, critical location, deep system scan, and a scan custom location. And then it quarantines the items that are suspicious so that they can't access your system. And then it also has a good function where it has a, let's see, it has a history. Okay, I'm going to open the history and I'm going to hide my name. So hang on. Sorry, it looks like this. I tried to kind of block the numbers. What's good about this is it also can show you where it came from. But anyway, these are the ones I'm very concerned with, is the VB Trojan. They're coming through from somebody who sent me something. So I'm going to block y'all just for now. And, this is not to be insulting to anybody that has done nothing wrong. It's just, whoever's doing it is coming through when you guys send me like an attachment. Okay, so hopefully the attachment I just showed you didn't have anything attached, but I am going to run it again just to make sure. So you just run it all day long, and you just keeps removing it, and then you have a list to show, like from 10.1 to 10.6, you had 4 Trojans, 4 attacks, and then other attacks too, or other things that they felt had something on the back end that was affecting your system. Okay, so there's attacks, and then there's things that affect the slowness of your system, right? Okay, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, you guys, I hope this is showing. My scanner's on the back end, not really showing that it's covering this, but hopefully you can see. This is what the one I have looks like. What I hate is when somebody tells me about an app and they don't tell me what it looks like. And there's hundreds of apps with that same exact name. This is the one I have, and it has worked so far. I also did a couple of things that you need to just lock down your channel if you guys are getting hit from the back end. I know I am, because I'm not getting the little purple balloon that tells that each of the videos is getting sent out at all. So if somebody's on my back end, it's very easy to see. I can see what date it started and who I was communicating with on that date. So, I mean, it's just pretty easy to figure it out. It's just a drag, you guys. It's a drag. Okay, so Bitdefender is helpful. Okay, guys. I think I explained to you that we are called, the body parts. They're calling our body parts when they do blood diamond mining. gemstones, right? So the gemstone patent number for inspection is 9618443. Listen to this. There is described an apparatus and method for inspecting and optionally sorting gemstones. Optionally sorting gemstones. The apparatus includes a nozzle or array of nozzles operatively connected to a vacuum pump. So it is illegal in the States to use a vacuum for any kind of removal of body parts, but they're using it under this because nobody ever figures out it's DeBeers. It's always DeBeers, you guys. Such that a gemstone located generally underneath one of the nozzles will be supported against the nozzle by air pressure when a vacuum is applied above the nozzle. Right? Now, whatever that means, they're using a vacuum, and using a vacuum is a felony. You're not allowed to use a vacuum. So that's why they hide it in Canada, Australia, and the UK, because using a vacuum to steal body parts is not, it causes so much damage to the person. You're not allowed to do it. Such that a gemstone located generally underneath one of the nozzles will be supported against that nozzle by air pressure when a vacuum is applied above the nozzle. A drive system moves the nozzle along a path past a gemstone pickup location, so that a gemstone can be picked up by each nozzle as that nozzle passes the pickup location. One or more measurement devices are located on or near the predetermined path and configured to measure at least one property of the gemstone. One or more ejection locations are provided on the path at which the vacuum applied to each nozzle is reversible to eject the gemstone from that nozzle. The apparatus may also include a plurality of dispensing bins into which the gemstones are dispensed, i.e. body parts. The bin into which each gemstone is dispensed is chosen independence on the measured property. Right, there's another one right here. Patent licenses in terms, section blah, 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 regulations, complete luminescence measurements in diamond, DeBeers. David McGinnis, it's Colin McGinnis and maybe David Smith. James Gordon Charters is James Gordon, James Godwin, or Goodwin, who works down in San Diego for the morgue. I think he works for the morgue. Something in death. I don't know, but I knew him from AA, and I also knew Colin McGinnis. So I'm just saying that is weird. And there's also something weird. So I want you to know they hide it in these weird ways, right? So they say, oh, well, it's used for certain licensing. Well, the licensing of a patent is certain licensing. That's why they're using Lasky Clinic that way. Now I'm going to show you something else. Now, in the Bureau of Conveyances, Bok, State of Hawaii, recorded, we've got this number. I'm not showing you the one with my name on it. I'm just telling you that there is one that attaches to this. Nanea Ocean Villas, right? Now, I knew a woman named Nanea. This is a vacation ownership deed. And then it's on the 25th day of March. Is made and is binding on seller, SVO Pacific, a Florida corporation, Kenneth Stevens and Leslie Stevens, trustees of the Stevens Family Revocable Trust of August 13th, with full power to buy, sell, convey, encumber, mortgage, or otherwise deal with the trust property, right? So there's another document that attaches to this with my name on it saying that I'm giving him the legal right, Leslie Stevens, who is the owner of Lasky Clinic with Andrew Frankel, the right to convey my estate, which obviously is not true and obviously is a forgery. So I just want you guys to know it's very difficult to find it, but you can find it. You just have to look at who else owns it. Beiruz Torkian owns it. He goes by other names too, Torkian, Porkian, a bunch of different names. But anyway, so this is how they do it. Encumber, mortgage, or otherwise deal with, right? Power to buy, sell a human being, a human life, ovaries, and the like. So he also works for DeBeers. So I just want you guys to know.